Once the opportunity arose for him to close the show, he did it in emphatic style.
Whatever he hits falls.
Oscar Bevis for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I'm here today in London. Probably the nicest setting that I've managed to interview someone at. And I'm joined by Devin Haney. Devin, how are you?
I'm good.
We had the open workout earlier down at a gym in London. Just first off, sort of tell me a little bit about your UK experience and how you've been, sort of the reception you've had from UK fans.
Yeah, the UK has been great. I've been getting crazy love. Everywhere I go, people have been stopping me. The media workout today was a great turnout. A lot of people came out to show support. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy I came.
What's your sort of history like with the UK? Is this your first time? You've been many times? Or?
No, I came back in 2012. I was here for like a whole month. I did some work at the Peacock Gym, and I saw around, but I was much younger at the time, so I don't really remember everything.
Okay, and just want to quickly talk about the Matchroom HQ. I believe you've been down there, at the Matchroom Gym as well, doing some sparring.
Yeah, I went down to the Matchroom headquarters. Got a tour, got to see everything. Went to the gym, did 6 rounds with Ricky Burns.
Took the gym over, is what we heard.
That's what you heard. That's not what I said. But yeah, it was a great experience.
Well, I just want to take you back to the Abdullayev fight. Of course, perfect result for you.
Yeah.
In terms of your performance and just recapping on that, now you've had time to watch it back and let it sink in. Pleased?
Yeah, I'm very pleased with my performance on it with the Abdullayev fight. I went in there. I stayed relaxed. I used my jab, and the fight happened. It happened faster than I thought. I didn't know that I hurt him like really bad or anything like that. I was just starting to warm up, and then that's when the fight was stopped. But more than everything, I'm happy that I got the win. Came out victorious and healthy, so I'm happy with that. And on to the next.
People were sort of inhaling Abdullayev as someone who could be a bit dangerous, perhaps. Would you say, in terms of the people you've been in with in your professional career, that he gave you the most problems, or simply not because you stopped him?
Yeah, a lot of people were saying that Abdullayev was dangerous, and a lot of people had him to upset me, but he didn't give me any type of danger or anything like that. It wasn't too much danger with Abdullayev. I went in there. I trained hard for the fight. I had a great training camp, and I made the fight a lot easier than a lot of people thought.
Now, for your next fight, we hear you're going to be on the KSI Logan Paul bill. I just want to talk about whether that was in the pipeline or not, because if, for example, say you would have had a tough 12-rounder with Abdullayev, for example, would you still have been looking and aiming for the KSI Logan Paul bill, or was it only given the fact that you were sort of to end that fight in fairly quick fashion?
Of course, if I had a tough fight with Abdullayev, then yeah, I would be second guessing about fighting on November 9th. But going into the fight, I knew that I had a good training camp. I knew that I was prepared for anything that he had. So I was preparing to go in there untouched, and that's exactly what I did. And I'm ready to get back in the ring.
Okay, I want to talk to you now about the KSI Logan Paul bill. First off, your thoughts on the bill itself and what you know about KSI and Logan Paul, and sort of how you would receive it as a boxer. Because if you're talking from a hardcore boxing fan's point of view, there is going to be a lot of critics, for example.
Yeah, I don't know too much about those guys. I know that they fought before, and it was a crazy turnout. The world tuned in for it, and that's why I feel like it's a good opportunity for me to fight on the card, because it brings a different crowd, a crowd that hasn't saw me yet. A lot of younger fans, which I'm young, so it brings a lot of the younger generation to tune into the sport of boxing. And I don't understand why the hardcore boxing fans will be mad about that. It brings a different crowd, and it brings a lot more fans to the sport of boxing to make boxing much bigger, because boxing is not like mainstream like any of the other sports like basketball, football, baseball. Boxing is not as mainstream, so it'll be good for boxing.
In terms of the fight itself, obviously the fans of KSI and Logan Paul and that sort of generation of people perhaps won't be as tuned into the technical side of boxing, the jabbing, the slipping and moving, etc. Do you feel like there's a bit of pressure on you to sort of go in there and perhaps take someone's head off, give us an amazing knockout like in the Moran fight, so that sort of that type of fan can be like, oh, that's what we want to see from boxing? perhaps.
Wait, say it again. Say it again.
So obviously that sort of fan might not be as tuned in to sort of your jabbing and moving and the technical side. So do you feel like you have to go in there and sort of blast someone out perhaps to get their attention?
Yeah. I do feel like I have to go in there and put on an exciting performance to bring that type of crowd into the sport of boxing, because they don't know about really the history and about boxing as much as the hardcore fans do. So I do feel like I need to go in there and put on a devastating performance for them to be tuned in.
Okay, obviously we had a little media scrum earlier and gave you some more questions. One of the questions which I gave you, I'm going to try and get it out of you now. As you said about Lomachenko and you saw flaws in his performance with Luke Campbell.
Yeah.
Can I get them now? Now it's just me and you. Can I get them? I'm
going to stick to what I said. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. That fight seems like it's going to happen sooner than later, and I don't want to give out I wouldn't want to put out any of his flaws, and just in case he's watching.
Obviously, you underlined your 3-fight plan as well. Your ideal 3-fight plan, should we say, in Ryan Garcia, Luke Campbell, and then Lomachenko.
Yeah.
but realistically, is that possible?
It was no order.
Or in any sort of is that realistic though? Do you think three fights of that magnitude?
No, I don't think that's realistic at all. But of course, if I'm going to shoot for, my dream fights, of course I'm gonna shoot for the biggest names in the divisions, the fights that's gonna bring the most money and be the biggest, and the fights that the fans will want to see. But of course that's not realistic at all.
So you're here today with your father. I was going to zoom the camera on him, but he looks like he's just chilling, so I think we'll give him a break. What's your sort of working relationship like? Because of course he's not your main trainer. So sort of what's your
my dad is my main trainer.
Is he your main trainer now?
My dad is my main trainer.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So sort of what's your working relationship like then, in comparison to your father and son relationship outside of the boxing ring? Do you find, what's your relationship like in terms of working together in boxing?
Oh yeah, my dad is my manager, and he's also my coach.
Do you find that sort of it puts a strain, or it makes your personal relationship different, or?
Nah, I feel like it makes us a lot closer. We see each other a lot more. We spend a lot more time together than we probably would if we didn't really have to. We're always around each other because we always have business up. We always talk about what the next move is. So it makes us a lot closer in that sense.
So you're only 20 years old. You seem to have your head screwed on as well. Is that something that was sort of drilled into you since you were young, or do you feel like that's sort of been trained over time? Or
I feel like I'm mature over my years. I'm very mature, and I don't know. I feel like it's just me. I'm not trying to. One thing about me, and I stress this a lot, I'm not trying to be nobody else. I'm not trying to act like nobody else. I'm just being me, and either you're gonna love me or hate me, but you gotta respect me, because all I'm doing is being me.
And in terms of so far, you say being yourself. Obviously, you've got a perfect professional record. Is there anything that perhaps you might have changed so far? Or do you feel like it's all gone pretty 100% perfect?
Yeah, no. Everything is going great. At this point, everything is falling into place. Everything is going like I dreamed of, and I'm happy with the way it is. Now I just gotta keep winning, keep working hard, and stay focused.
Okay, and just finally, I want to talk about perhaps the future, because earlier when we were all talking to you, people talking about moving up divisions, in different weight classes, etc. Sort of, let's talk about Devin Haney in 5 or 10 years' time. What do you want to be remembered by? What do you want to have done? Is there anything you'd like to achieve? Arenas, belts?
5 years is early. 10 years, we'll say, that's when I would be looking to get out of the sport of boxing. I don't want to be in the sport of boxing too long. I got a jump start at it. So around 30, 32, I should be looking to get out, making, hopefully within, I would have made smart adjustments, have a ton of money, and be enjoying my life, and my name be mentioned with the greats of the sport.
And what would you say your goals are in terms of arenas that you'd like to headline, countries to fight in, belts, or is anything in specific?
Of course, I would want to fight here in the UK. I have a crazy fan base here.
Luke Campbell?
Luke Campbell. That's looking like that fight will happen in 2020. Where else?
You said Japan to me earlier.
Yeah. Me and my dad, we were talking about Japan.
Yeah.
Me and my dad and Eddie, we were talking about fighting in Japan. That would be crazy. That would be a dream come true. Where else? Of course, Vegas. I want to fight. I want to fight back home in the Bay Area. You know, that's all I can think of right now off the top of my head.
You still got some time to go. You still got some time to go.
Yeah.
Right, Devin. Any plans for tonight in London before we go? Anything else you got to see? Anything you want to tick off while you're here?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit of shopping before I leave. Every day I've been saying that I'm gonna go shopping or I'm gonna go out, but every time I get to my hotel, I just crash because the time schedule is just so different. My sleep schedule is so messed up. But I'm tired as hell right now. But I'm gonna try to just go.
Okay, Devin Haney, I'm gonna leave it there.
Hey, I'm gonna ask you, how are you gonna let Eddie say Luke Campbell beats him?
Yeah, Eddie said that Luke Campbell beats me, but he knows that's not true. He was just trolling you guys.
Devin Haney, thank you for speaking to IFL TV. I'm sure we'll catch up with you soon.
Thank you guys for having me.
Once the opportunity arose for him to close the show, and he did it in emphatic style.
Whatever he hits falls.